Well, hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would do a little bit of a makeover. You know, Granny loves makeup. And I was going to use mostly some new products that I just recently purchased or purchased within the last month or so. Now, they didn't make it into my best of the year because I didn't feel that using something for a week or two warranted it a best of the year status, although a couple of these items I think I really enjoyed a lot. So I'm going to take start to finish, and just so you know, I'm 66 years old and I have dry skin with a lot of texture. I had a lot of skin damage on this side because when I was driving and the sun came in through the window, I never wore sunscreen. A lot of us never wore sunscreen because we always wanted to have tan. Gotta have a tan. So I have a lot of skin damage because of that, and many of you do as well. Also, during disco, we all did our eyebrows like 1930s movie actresses. Some of us even shaved them off and drew line. So what I'm going to do is show you an entire start to finish makeup routine, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you how some of these products wore during the day and my thoughts. Okay, be back with you soon. Well, here we are. This is our before person. Hardly recognizable, isn't she? This is my cookie baking me. This is the Ulla Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. This is the orange citrus flavor, if you want to call it a flavor. This is an outstanding lip product. Moving on to other primers here, we've got the new Milani Conceal and Protect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. And it comes with a little spatula there, and I think that's supposed to train you in the amount you're supposed to pull out of the bucket so that you don't pull too much out. It's tempting because it's like pudding, you know. So I'm just using it along the textured areas of my face and the large pore areas of my face, which pretty much is my whole face, really. And there's a slight cooling sensation with this primer, and I actually really like it. It's very pleasant. I wish I'd bought this in the summertime. Moving on to the eye primer. This is About Face Smoothing Shadow Fix. And you got to screw the top in an awful lot to close it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It seems to work fine, but it was a little expensive, and I think the Milani eye primer worked just as well. I'm just rubbing that into my eyelids all over and then just slightly underneath as well. Now I'm shaking up the e.l.f. Halo Glow shade Fair. I did have shade 2 before and I ran out of it, making a little squiggy from cross there at my forehead. And I don't know why I decided to make my chin shiny. That was probably not the greatest. I just figured another layer would cover that redness. So I'm just blending that in a little bit where I want to have a glow to my skin. Very good. Okay. And down in the décolleté. Okay. All right, here's a little contest. One side of my face, I'm going to be using Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. And the other side is going to be the CoverGirl Clean Invisible Foundation, which is something I hadn't tried before. And I think this is a version, a cleaned up version of one of their original makeups that I used when I was a girl in the 1970s. Okay, I'm using a tray. I'm pouring out the two foundations onto a tray, and I'm using the same brush with both of them. All right, we're starting off with the CoverGirl Clean Invisible Foundation, and boy, I couldn't have found a better shade match. This exactly looks like my skin. Unbelievable. And I am taking it down the neck. You should always take your makeup down your neck. I'm just doing that half of my face. My nose is being quite defiantly red for some reason. Now I'm using the I cleaned off the brush and I'm using it with the Fit Me, which is much more thick kind of makeup, but actually it lasts all day and it actually makes a pretty face when it's completely done and powdered in a little bit. So I'm putting it on with the brush first, and then I'm going to use my hands to kind of warm it up and meld it into the skin a little better. And I'm just patting, I'm not swiping, I'm just patting. You can see that on that side, I needed to do it. So here they are, side A and side B. And I'm showing the backs of the bottles, that's great. Okay. Well, I think the Fit Me is something I liked a little better. Now this is also new. This is a Revlon Color Stay Full Color Flex Wear Concealer, shade 10 Vanilla. Vanilla baby. And I am just hitting all those spots that tend to go red or break through, a little bit discoloration. Okay, and I'm letting it set for a little bit before I start smushing it in. So that is the Flex Wear Concealer that's new this year from Revlon. Using my Kitten Paw brush, I think this is an Amazon copycat of the Lisa J brush with Hot and Flashy. I am just tapping that concealer in. And it's blending really nicely, actually. And I put it on over the top of my makeup because I wanted to not put more makeup than I needed, more layers of makeup than I needed. I think that's something that it's so tempting to do, you know, put a whole bunch of concealer on and then put a whole bunch of makeup over the top. But I've been trying to revamp my plan. All right, we're going to set this with the Morphe Mini Bacon Set Setting Powder. This is the translucent one. This came in a set with a pink one and a translucent one. I'm using the translucent, and I am tapping it with a puff into my eye primer, and then just below my eye. I'm not putting it completely all over my face, just in the center of my face where I would tend to move and break the skin. You know, you have a lot of movement on your face. That's where the it'll move the makeup around. So especially my chin, St. Bernard jowl area, under my eyes. I'm very expressive when I talk. I keep missing my nose. I don't know why. Gosh. Don't you wish you could talk to yourself when you're doing this? Okay. And now I'm going to just wipe off some of that makeup that got on my lips, just so it doesn't look so funky and you won't be distracted by it when I put the rest of the makeup on. Okay, so here's the two sides. Now I'm going into the color products. The first one is NYX Butter Melt Bronzer. And this is the shade, I think it's the latest shade, called Buttercup. And I probably should have tapped off a little bit more because that went on a big old lump. This is a highly pigmented powder bronzer. I did not use any kind of contour today with this look. This is a day work look. All right, and I'm using it on the décolleté as well. Okay, you can see that did warm up my face a lot. Now I do have textured skin, so it doesn't look the same as it would on a 20-year-old demonstrating the same product. Bear with me on this. Now this is e.l.f. Putty Blush in shade Tahiti, and this is for those of you who are curious about red blushes but you're not really ready to go full sash, if you know what I mean. This is a very pretty blush. It gives you a very healthy glow, and this side of my face is the textured side that was always facing the window out my car window when I was driving, and is very damaged now. It seems to absorb blush a lot more. The products just kind of sink in. Okay, so that is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Tahiti, and I like the cream blushes from them. It is on a little bit heavy, but we're putting other products on. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter shade 10, Be My Highlight. This is a classic. This has won several times in my best of the year. And I'm just using it center of the nose. I do not put a dot at the end of my nose. They told me not to in my Makeup Academy school. And I'm just doing a little C or a Pac-Man mouth on either side of my eyes. And I'm taking a few fingertips full of that, putting in décolleté just for a little sparkle. Now we're going to set the face with a setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. It's really nice. I took a deep breath and I'm just going to spray it all over, and then I'm going to elegantly use my fan and dry myself off accordingly. So nice. And this is our before and after complexion. So you could, if you don't want to wear a lot of eye makeup or anything, you could really stop here. But we need to do the eyes and the brows in this house. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette in Nude Mood. I don't know, they just re-released these, but they're all showing in their little section, at Ulta. They had all the palettes. And this is just your basic neutral nudes. I'm blending those first two shades to do the lid, the movable lid, and then just underneath where the eyebrows are, those disco eyebrows. Oh my gosh. I plucked them out like most everybody else did in the late 70s, so I'd look just really super hot in my disco dress. Don't you know? Going into the mid shade to create a crease just above the crease, so it gives the optical illusion that my eyes are a little bit bigger than they are. The lids are a little bit more forward, and the hood is a little more backwards. So I'm kind of doing an optical illusion here, and I'm blending it really well. You really have to spend a little time blending your eyeshadow. You can't just shove it on there, and it's better to start with a little and add to it than put a big old blotch on and spread it around. I've done it both ways, and believe me, it's less fuss and trouble if you just start lighter and blend it and add more. Okay. This is the ColourPop palette. These were featured in Target, and they're actually on sale right now. There's a mauve one, and then there's this Fresh Greens palettes. They're $7, and I just thought that was a great deal. So I'm making a green look today. Target had a special agreement, I guess, with ColourPop, and they made special products just for Target. So you had to go to Target to get these particular palettes and some of these items. I'm using a darker olive green on the outer corners of my eyes, and I'm taking them to blend up into that crease color. And then I think I'm going to go into, oh, you can almost see my little light bulb going above my head. Okay, I'm going into that shimmer shade and just kind of wiping it across the center of the lid. And this is kind of poke and play. Now this is the ColourPop Liquid Shadow in Beetle. I never want to be that close to my face again with no makeup. Oh my god. This is a wonderful, it's kind of a yellowy green with a blue shift to it. And I'm using it in the middle to the outer corner so that I can blend it with either my finger or a brush. I'm using a brush here for those of you who don't like to use fingers. It is such a pretty color, and it really doesn't look crazy once you get it blended onto your lid. And it does shift, which makes it that much more interesting. So let me just do a little close-up with that. Yeah, my modeling days are over. Nope. Yeah, a little twinge on the eyebrows there. Okay, I'm going to use a pencil liner that's in a similar color. This is from Essence. Their Stay and Play eyeliners are actually quite nice and very high quality feeling. This is Emerald Dragon. The color is more of a greener color. And I'm just creating a light wing up top and connecting it to the lower lash line, and I'm just going in about halfway on the lower lash line. I am using my finger to blend it up top into that color and into the crease shade. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this is the combination of the eye colors. Now it doesn't look like what it should until you start using the mascara. Okay, here I go with the brows. We got to fix those brows. Good God. Okay, LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in taupe. It's actually quite warm for a taupe. I was surprised. It's more of a mid blonde with a warm tone to it. I'm just scraping in, filling in where I have a lot of space, and I'm going just above on one side and just below on the other, so that my eyebrows will be sisters and not distant cousins. And we have a couple more products we're going to use on the brows, but I did want to get some color blended into there first. So now we're going to make them a little bit bushier. I think we're going to use a tinted gel, and there's that spoolie just to pipe them up a little bit. The Maybelline Express Brow in Blonde. I know a lot of people like to use that that brow product from Maybelline that I don't like it, the one that's the pen. I never seem to get more than a couple of swipes out of it, and I can't get anything else out of it. So I don't know. I must be user error. I don't know. So I made them slightly bushier there, and now this was sent to me by the e.l.f. company themselves. This is the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel, and it comes with a top that has a brush and a comb on it, plus it's got the spoolie with the wax on it. Now this laminating gel, it is a color, but it dries clear. But the trick with this is while it's still wet, you maneuver it where you want while it's still wet, because once it starts drying, if you start playing with it, it will get that dandruffy, waxy look like candle wax on your eyebrows. And I turned it around to the other side to the comb, and I'm just separating it out, and you can see my brows look a lot better with a little more meat to them. And it's a problem with our age group, because most of us did pluck our eyebrows out. Some of us even shaved them off and drew in with a pencil, and it just looks so harsh. So okay, I'm using my Tarte lash curler. This is a curler I've had for many years, actually. It comes, they still sell it, and it comes in a set with a little mascara. So if you're ever over in the Tarte area, it is worth it. I'd usually do about 8 seconds on each side. Now we have another contest going here. This is the Tarte Tubing Mascara versus It Cosmetics Superhero. We're starting off with the Tarte Tubing Mascara here on your left-hand side. And it does build up a really nice lash. You have to work kind of quickly, because if you let it dry too much, it gets too clumpy and volumey, and you have to separate it with a brush comb. Now my bottom lashes, I do my bottom lashes, but I don't go all the way to the root on the bottoms, but I do go to the root of the lash on my upper lash line, and I think that gives you that longer lash look. Now I'm not doing any false lashes today, so we're just kind of doing a day look. I work in an extremely conservative office, so I can't really overdo it too much. The green is bad enough. But even with this green and all the green colors added in, I don't look like Andorra on Bewitched. Okay, so on this other side, we're going to use the Superhero Mascara, which is a lot of people's favorite mascara, I noticed. It's got a slightly spiky wand to it. I think that's what I didn't like about it. But it actually takes less effort to build up a really large lash with this, and it actually, I think, looks super good even after only one coat. You can see, and both of these mascaras are around the same age. I bought them each maybe about a month ago, and I don't keep mascaras after 3 months. I change them out, so I always have fresh mascaras. I prefer to use the travel size if I can, because that's about a 3-month supply. Okay, so here we go. That's both of them next to each other. Which one do you think wins? I think It Cosmetics Superhero was the winner. We're going on to the lips now, and I'm using ColourPop's Lippy Pencil, and that's what they call them, Lippy pencils, in Oh Snap. This is kind of a brown mauve shade, and I'm just going to do the upper part in a close-up mirror so I know what I'm doing. We're going to try a variety of different lip products. The first one is new from e.l.f. This is their Glow Reviver Lip Oil, but this is the glimmer finish. It has the micro glitter in it, and I thought it felt just slightly gritty going on, and it does seem to go a little bit darker than what it shows in the container. So it's pretty, and that's me feeling the grit. Yep, it's pretty, but I don't know, and it is neutral. So, and these oils are really high-end feeling. So that's what it looks like in the picture. Taking that off, and we're going to try another product. And this is from Revolution, and this formulation, if you see it, just pick it up because it is outstanding. The formula on this is so buttery soft. I mean, I'm going to use the word buttery because it really does feel like buttery soft. This is Brunch Pink Nude. This, I believe, is the lightest shade, and I love it. I think it's a perfect shade for me personally, but I am a soft spring on the Color Me Beautiful site. So that's what it looks like. The component is nice. The lipstick is nice. So I'm going to remove that, and we're going to go into another shade in that same line from Revolution. This is the Wifey Dusky Pink shade. It's deeper shade. This is more of a neutral, almost an evening color, I would say. And it tends to go a little bit darker than it looks in the tube. But it's not bad. Not bad. I just love that formula, though. Those curlers are just killing me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're going into brand new from NYX. This is the Lip IV, and this was the lightest shade I could find. It's called Bubblegum Burst. And these are lip stain glosses. So the idea of this is once you put it on, you let it dry, and then you can blot it, and that color that remains will remain for the rest of the day. So this is the Bubblegum Burst from NYX. Going into Lawless Forget the Filler Gloss in Cherry Vanilla. I was influenced by a makeup artist who said this was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I'm not sure I agree with it. It feels very, very sticky and gloppy, but it does give your lips a very nice hydration, and when you blot it, it does feel good, and it feels good for hours. So it is good, but I don't know. It's I'm really undecided on it. Cherry Vanilla is the color. Now I'm going to take out my hair, and you're going to see a before and after. We brushed, we sprayed. I look like a country singer about to burst into song. Tammy Wynette here. Okay. And there's that eyeshadow. I'm looking down so you can see the eyeshadow. Before and after. What do you think? So this is actually how I just blown dry it. This is not the same day as I did that footage. So I love this Milani primer. And what's really nice is I let it melt with my fingers into the skin, and I think it really makes a huge difference on how smoothly your makeup goes on. So this was a big hit. I really like this, and if I had bought this sooner in the year, this would have made probably my best of the year. So just so you know when you see it, and I know they have an end cap of it at Ulta. I know they're starting to get these things in at the drugstores. A lot of things aren't in yet, or they're just not putting them out yet. But this one is good, definitely. Halo Glow, it comes in several different shades, and I had used a shade 2 which was close to my actual skin color, and I think I preferred the lighter shade. I think it brightens and makes a little bit of a glowy underside to my makeup, so I thought this worked out really nicely. It's kind of a classic at this point. yeah, there's not really too much else I can say about it. I just think the expense and having to unturn this so many times to open it, the things we worry about, right? In the broad scope of what's going on in the world, this is not a very big thing. But if I can find an inexpensive primer such as the Ulta Beauty one, they have a matte primer that's nice that has actual pigment to it that will color dark spots, or Milani eye primer. I think they've changed the formulation on that one a little bit because it reacted differently, but I've changed a lot in the last 10 years too. My physical body's changed, so it could be user error, you know. So the About Face, that's Halsey's brand. I did want to give it a try because I did want to support her brand because I do like other products from her line. I gave it a bad rap in the film, but when I added a couple of my creator drops to this formulation, this Clean Invisible makeup from CoverGirl, I thought it was a beautiful, I have it on now, I mean, I thought it did a beautiful job at coverage. So it's really just that it's a very light coverage, it's not a medium coverage. So if you have near to perfect skin and you just want to even out a little bit of something, this is good, but it's very, very light coverage, almost like a tinted moisturizer. So if you add a little bit of pigmentation to it or mix it with another foundation, such as maybe a Estee Lauder, put some of this in with it, it might thin it out a little bit, and between the two of them might come up with something. But on its own, I just didn't think it was a strong enough foundation. This is something maybe a younger person would enjoy wearing. Thank God it doesn't have that Noxzema smell. You remember that? That used to be in all their products, the Noxzema camphor smell, menthol smell. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad they took that out of here. Boy, Clean is they took that smell out. The concealer impressed me. I've had good days and bad days with this concealer. There are times when I have, like when I go out on a really cold day, my eyes water. And this did not respond well to a watery eye. So in that respect, I didn't like this Flex concealer. But otherwise, I think it looks really nice. It covers really well. It's not my favorite though. I mean, from the drugstore, it's definitely not my favorite, but I wanted to try it because other people liked it. So you do get a good coverage on this. You do get, you know, some staying power, but I think other concealer type things work a lot better. Now the Morphe powders, I've been really enjoying them as loose powders. For my pressed powder, which I'm using right now, the CoverGirl blurring, instant wrinkle blurring pressed powder, they ain't kidding. I mean, this will blur over your big pores, it'll blur over your lines. This is the most amazing product. I don't know why I think I did mention this in my drugstore best of the year, but that's an amazing powder, and I did use that today. These two, I did use the translucent, and they're a loose powder from Morphe. They come in a little set, and it was a great deal for the set. I think it was, I don't know, maybe $10 for the set of two. So, you know, this was great. One's pink and one's just translucent, and it's not a white translucent. It's a translucent that's, I would say, an ivory shade of translucent, so it's not going to get that flashback, you know, if you take a picture with it with a flash. I changed out my blush to this shade, which is the Worth It shade from L'Oreal. It is the, it's the liquid blush from L'Oreal. That's what I have on today, and I did put a contour product on. This is the Milani cream formula, which I really like using that, and my Marilyn Monroe, because the other highlighters that I used in the video, they work great. I mean, the Pure Nude is a classic. Everybody loves this. It works great. I don't know why, as a creator, we just keep looking for more and more. It could be better, and this is like as good as it gets, you know. It's inexpensive, it works really well, and you can have this for a few years, you know. It's going to last a long time because this is baked in the pan. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The eyeshadow, I think these e.l.f. palettes, they're okay. I just think they're mediocre. I don't think there's anything special about these. I don't think you can run out and grab one of these and be happy that this is the best drugstore formulation for powder eyeshadow, because I don't believe that at all. I think it covered, it did give me some coverage, and there are, I think in the deeper shades is a really good pigmentation, but I was disappointed in this palette, so I would not recommend it. I did, however, enjoy this one a lot. This was the Target Color Pop, the Color Pop that only sells in Target. This is the Fresh Greens palette, and this has some wonderful colors. Not to make one eye from here, although they do have, you know, all of the fixins to do it. If you know, you could use this shade here as a base, and then you can, you know, use the deeper olive green like I did, you know, and I have it in my eye look today. But this green is nice, coming up St. Patrick's Day or whenever. But I just think wearing green once in a while is kind of interesting, you know. You can wear your neutrals all the time, blah blah blah, but I think wearing colors is a really neat thing. And just out of curiosity, if you were wondering, this is Mobbin' Up palette, looks like. These were both on sale for $7 each, and I thought that was, you know, really nice too. I tend to not be cool toned person, but I do pick and choose colors out of this palette, and I think they work nicely. The shimmers are really nice. ColourPop does a great job with shimmers. I will not use glitters anymore, full out glitters, and I'm going to try and reduce my micro glitter use, because it is bad for the planet and bad for us too. We are ingesting those micro glitters, and here I was demonstrating the e.l.f. This lip oil with micro glitters in it. So you put it on your mouth when you eat or drink anything, those little micro glitters go right down your throat and into your bloodstream. So, you know, I don't know. I guess we're all human, right? As far as the eye pencil goes, I'm going to get more colors in these Essence Stay and Plays. I think this was just an amazing, and I did a wing with it. I mean, it's it's just like a, I almost dare to say this is like an Urban Decay 24/7 pencil. And it was like $4 or $5, you know? Wow, that was great. This I like, you know, and it's a learning curve with it. You know, this is the brow laminating gel, and it took me forever to figure out how to get the top off. I didn't realize it just popped off. I actually used micro pliers to try to get this off, because I didn't understand the concept. And then you unscrew it, and you've got the product on the spoolie here. This is the laminating stuff. Now it comes out kind of a cream color, and when you put it on your brows, they're cream color, and you're like, oh no, you know. But it dries clear. But you got to work fast. And on this side of it, you've got a little brush, and you've got a little comb. So you have the spoolie itself, the brush, and the comb. And I just think that's a wonderful little like set. Superhero mascara. This is a good mascara. However, I rub my eyes once in a while during the day. I had glasses that rub against my lashes, head against my glasses, my eyeglasses. And, you know, when you have that happening, there were little flakes coming down, just tiny little flakes. And that was what I initially didn't like about the It's Superhero Mascara, but I do like the mascara. I think it gives a great lash. And then side by side with, you know, the Tartelette tubing mascara, you could see an obvious difference in the build. It was this one coat here, and I had to do like 3 coats here to equal the 1 coat here. And I thought that this, you know, really performed well. Now it stayed on all day, and except for beating up against my glasses and me rubbing my eye and having a little bit of flaking off, this is really nice. Now I had to take this off with makeup remover. So that was the other thing about this. This is not a tubing mascara, and it does not come off as easily as a tubing mascara does. I love the Oh Snap lip liner. I have it on now, and I love this lipstick from Revolution. This is the Brunch Pink Nude, the Brunch Pink Nude shade. I think this is just beautiful. And it's a creamy color. It's not shiny, it's not glossy, it's just creamy. And I love that formulation. I'm going to go back and look at some of their other things. On my nails, and I didn't mention it, but this is brand new from OPI. These are the fast ones. OPI Rapid Dry. OPI Rapid Dry. These are new from them. They run around 10 bucks. I love this shade. This shade is all touchy-feely. I like it. It's sparkling. It's not too over the top. I can wear it at my conservative job. And just so some of you who don't know, I work in a burial and funeral industry. So I deal with people at a very, very trying time of their lives. And I can't be all decorated out like I'm at the Pink Pony Club, you know. So this is great. All touchy-feely. And for my scent, I have really been enjoying this mix-in scent in the vanilla tobacco. This is the hair mist. Darn this thing. It smells just so pleasant. It's kind of vanilla, it's kind of tobacco-y. It's an adult smell. I'm not sure I like that phrasing. It's a grown-up smell. That's better, but anyway, I do like that. And you know, as far as the Lawless goes, I'm down now. I'm down a third of it, and when you pull it out of the container, let me just show you. It goes all over the place. It's drippy. See what I mean? And I've had it drip down on my clothes when I pulled it out to put it on. So I think that's why I was angry at it. You know, I was like, you know, I don't know. I'm still on the fence over this one, and it was Nikki LaRose who recommended it, and she, you know, she just couldn't say enough good things about this line. And the cherry vanilla shade, maybe it's the shade, I don't know, but I'll see how I feel about it. But it was expensive for a lip gloss that plumps, and it does plump, but it's subtle, and I like that. It did give my lips a little bit of something something. I'll put it on now. See, it's giving them something something, but if you put it over a lipstick, it dissolves the lipstick. So I probably have made an error here by doing this, but I just wanted to show you it's a beautiful shiny color. So anyway, that was my demo, and I'm trying to get back in the swing of things after not being able to upload for 6 months. I have created this second channel, and you could really be a huge help if you subscribe to this channel or if you thumbs up this video. I was hacked maliciously, I was targeted, it was horrible, and anyway, I'm getting better, you know, I'm getting better. My other channel is still hacked. It still belongs to somebody else. They're still getting the PR, the Google AdSense, everything. And I can't seem to get in touch with anybody to talk to them at Google about this. You have to straighten out your Google account. YouTube won't talk to you. And Google is, you know, they have billions of subscribers. So, you know, this little old lady here is having trouble with her account, with her, you know, 16,000 subscribers or whatever it was when it was hacked into. It's getting less and less because more and more people are realizing that that's not me, that's not my channel. They have not uploaded anything and they haven't touched my videos, and I'm grateful for that. However, I don't have any control over any of that stuff, and a lot of those videos, I don't have them in any other format because I put them on YouTube. I figured they'll be there forever. So I think they're actively trying to sell this channel to somebody else so that they can upload contraband stuff and copyrighted material and get all the views. you know, like the whole series of Game of Thrones or something. They're going to do it until Google gets notified that they're showing copyrighted material, and then they take the whole channel down, and we're all out. We're all out. So I'm grateful that it's up, but I think that, and I hate to keep beating a dead horse here, but it's been a huge impact in my life this year, and I want you to know you should be very careful when you're online. Make sure you have a passcode on your phone. Make sure you have a password protected desktop computer. And make sure your Wi-Fi password is long and complicated. Don't use the same password for different accounts just because you can't remember them, okay? Change your password out. I mean, after being maliciously attacked in just about every possible way, I'm very cautious now, almost to a paranoid point of going online. So anyway, I don't want to leave it on that kind of a note. Having a wonderful brand new 2025. I know that this year is going to be a good one for all of us. I hope you are well. I hope you are relatively happy. And if not, you can make yourself happy. You determine your own destiny. You have to make your own decisions in life. And some of the decisions aren't so easy to make, but they're important to do. So anyway, with that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. And again, like or subscribe or both. That would be wonderful. And thank you to my subscribers who have been so kind and loyal and searched for me. And I'll try to answer all the comments I can. It takes me sometimes a couple days to get back online, but I do read all of your comments, and I do appreciate them. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Take care. Toodles.